Tonight, we have reports on the new spring musical, a star student athlete is arrested, and the EHS Key Club meets President Obama. That and more tonight on EHS Ewing News. Good evening, I'm Marshall McGuire, and here are tonight's top stories. Tonight, we have an opportunity to speak with one of the lead actors involved with Ewing High School's new musical. The production this year is Hairspray, a vibrant comedy set during the civil rights movement about a young teenage girl who plans to desegregate a local television show through dance. We go live to Rocky Manzray in the Ewing High School auditorium with more on this topic. Rocky?
Hi, I'm Rocky Manstray reporting to you live at Ewing High School's auditorium. This is an inside look at this school's play, Hairspray, directed by Bill Winglicki. The cast list has been released, and with that, I will include an exclusive interview with one of the leading cast members. So hi, Dante. Thanks for meeting me here.
Thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, so you play the role of Seaweed. Was this the role you were originally aiming for during auditions?
Yes, actually, I was very excited that we were doing Hairspray my senior year, and Seaweed's like one of my dream roles, so I'm happy to be playing it this year.
Have you ever performed in a play other than this one?
Yes, actually, I've been doing musical theater for about 6 years now, and my last recent show I was in was Little Shop of Horrors, and I played the role of Seymour, which was very fun.
How do you feel about your role as Seaweed? Do you think you can connect with this character?
I definitely can. Seaweed's very charismatic, very humorous, and he's just a very outgoing person. I think I can really connect with that. Very fun play.
Have you watched the movie Hairspray and have a feel of how the play would go?
Yes, I actually own Hairspray on DVD, and I've also seen the original Broadway cast on YouTube. So I've got a little feel of both and what their similarities and differences, and I really like the show.
Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Marshall.
Thanks, Rocky. Also tonight, students prepare for the new semester ahead. Teachers as well are planning new curriculums and lessons for January 28th, the last day of the first semester. Some kids are looking forward to the change, while some have already settled into their classroom environments. Teachers say that students who plan to slack off in the final semester are in for a rude awakening, though, due to the policy that students can now receive disciplinary reprimand as a result of becoming lazy toward the end of the school year.
So yes, I'm very excited about second semester. It's going to be a lot of work, but it always is. But yeah, it's always a nice transition to change over.
And a developing story tonight, Ewing Blue Devils basketball player Trey Lowe has just been arrested and convicted for a DUI this past weekend. The EHS senior guard was arraigned on Saturday and faces trial in February. Lowe was stopped by Ewing police last Friday night with a blood alcohol level of .09. His 18th birthday on the 5th of February means that he will be tried as an adult and could face fines of up to $25,000. Head coach of the Ewing boys basketball team, Michelle Dearden, has officially banned Lowe from playing for the remainder of the season. She has also placed a request to revoke his current Temple acceptance. Lowe recently signed with the Philadelphia University in December and was planning to attend in the fall. His acceptance is currently under review. And with new prospects on the winter track season, we'll head out to the Ewing High School Gymnasium, where Aaliyah Sapp is standing by with reports on the winter team. Aaliyah.
Well, Marshall, as you can see, I'm ready for the winter track season myself. The opening season for Ewing High School was December the 1st. Reporters say that the track team is doing very well. As you can see, the track is covered with snow, but that doesn't slow them down. Although they had lost some of their great runners last year, they're still fighting for the #1 spot. Reporting live from Ewing High School, I'm Aaliyah Sapp from Evening News.
Thanks, Aaliyah. And more tonight, we have stories on Student Council developing new plans for the Winter Pep Rally. Our field reporter, Labrea Jones, sits down with Drew Bessler, the Blue Devils football coach, and the Ewing High School Key Club gets an opportunity to meet the President of the United States. We'll be back after this.
Legs moving side to side, smack it in the air, smack it in the air. Way your hands, I choose, I put it in the air. Way your hands, I choose, I put it in the air. Clap, 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 like you don't care. Smack that, clap, 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 like you don't care. I know you care.
And more tonight, the Ewing High School Key Club is being honored by President Barack Obama for outstanding service on the East Coast. President Obama is scheduling to meet with Patrick Burley, the supervisor of the Ewing chapter of the Key Club, an association dedicated to providing community services throughout the local area. When the Key Club recently crossed the threshold of well over 100,000 combined member community service hours in the past year, the president was notified and plans to recognize Ewing High School for this outstanding achievement. Mr. Burley travels to Washington Friday to discuss with the Presidential Service Committee. And with some entertaining news tonight, Student Council plans the upcoming Winter Pep Rally with much enthusiasm. The Pep Rally is scheduled to take place on January 16th, with Mr. Sean Hammer and the Student Council Committee behind all the activities set to take place. The winner of the event will determine which class receives a trip to the Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson. Polls are looking as though the seniors will have it in the bag this year, but all will be determined come June. And finally tonight, La Brea Jones sits down with Mr. Drew Bessler, the Ewing Blue Devils football coach and an English teacher here at Ewing High School for the freshman class.
Hi, I'm Brian Jones, and I'm reporting to you live from the head football coach Drew Bessler's classroom. I will be sitting down with Coach Bessler talking about past seasons and Ewing High School as a whole. I will also be getting his input on the past season that just ended. After losing a game, do you ever feel like you want to give up and not want to continue the season?
Never. I've had a lot of ups and downs, both as a player and a coach, especially here. So I don't ever want to give up. I mean, we have a lot of good kids and a lot of people who count on us to do well, and the kids really, the players really want to perform well. So I never feel like I want to give up.
Out of all the players you've coached in the past years, do you have a player that you would never forget?
I have a bunch of players. I've been coaching now a dozen years. So I have a lot of players that have made a significant impact to not only our team, but our school community and our community. Names like Siobhan Cooper played wide receiver for us. I graduated a couple years ago. Steven Shimko, who holds all the passing records here. Spent a lot of time with Steven, taking him to clinics and things of that nature, and spent a lot of time with him during the season. I get to know their families very well. Dave Lyman is a kid who played running back and wide receiver for us, slot receiver for us. So a lot of these kids made a major impact to this institution and an impact on my life. And those are three guys I'll never forget.
If you could go back and change anything about this past season, what would it be?
Now having had time to reflect on the season, I probably would put some other guys in better positions to help us win. I think I found out, and again, this happens with every season, where you get some guys who you think they're going to play in this position, and maybe they're performing, but they're not performing as well, and you find a kid who 2 weeks later is outperforming this individual. So I would hopefully maybe do a better job of evaluating in the summer and in camp, so that this way some of the guys who came on later in the year, like mid-year, like a Dosmere Harper, didn't become our starting tailback until the third game of the season, and all of a sudden he starts, he gets over 100 yards, and we win. A kid like a senior like DeMonte Smith, who really bided his time at tight end and defensive end, and all of a sudden we put it in the backfield, and he's running through people, and his touchdown becomes the difference in our win over Rahway High School. So you look back and you say, I could have done a better job here, a better job evaluating, but getting these kids in a little bit better position to win more consistently is probably something that I'd like to go back and change.
Okay.
Such a great guy. Well, that'll be all tonight. For all of us here at Ewing News, I'm Marshall McGuire. Good night.
Hooked on a